Hey, I have a quick announcement today. It's kind of bad news. One Piece Part Warriors 4 has been maxing my CPU usage, which means it's probably also running hot as well. It's not really a healthy thing for computers if you're not a PC gamer. Generally, you don't want your CPU maxed for long periods of time. I do play a lot of the more execution heavy characters, so my hands get tired, so it's not like I have the game on for hours at a time. But it is something to be concerned about. I don't know when I'll be able to do the PC upgrade. I actually spent some time on Amazon today, and I put everything on my shopping list. I had like a new SSD, Blu-ray player, an i5 9600K, and I think that was it actually. Maybe 32 gigs of RAM as well, but that's all dependent on if I get the stimulus check. That may fix it. Some people have mentioned that they've had the same problem as well, and their computers are a little bit better than mine. They're not like supercomputers or anything, but they're having the same problem. The only glint of hope I have right now is that on the Steam database site, there's been some rumblings of them doing a patch. They've been like updating the beta branch and stuff. So that may fix it. Until then, I don't know how much more I'll be playing it. I have been kind of getting burnt out too. I put about 40 hours into the game in the past week. I've got a lot of my favorite characters maxed out. Right now, the problem is that the end game True Pirate Warriors level. I just don't know how to clear it efficiently. I'm not a fan of the peon farming and stuff, which I don't really like doing in any Muso game. I think it would be kind of counterproductive to put up a bunch of those videos when I would be kind of be playing sub optimally just because I'm not using the optimal setup and stuff. So once I do some research and maybe a patch comes out, I'll be playing it more. It has been very fun. I definitely have really enjoyed the game. I'm definitely looking forward to the character pass and whatever balance passes and other content they do. I do feel like the end game is definitely kind of weak. Just going straight for stats is not very interesting. However, when you play the game in multiplayer, you can actually see the stats for all four categories of stats in the game, meaning health, stamina, attack, and defense, respectively. And the bar doesn't go all the way to the end. And also, ultra hard, the max level for that is your recommended level is level 20. So I assume they'll power creep the game. It definitely feels like on the new world difficulty that everything is just an HP sponge, and some characters just can't really deal the damage to really kill things quickly. I think things will be fixed in due time, but right now, that's really not my issue. I don't really care about getting S ranks and stuff in Muso games. Just generally, I can clear the maps pretty consistently. It's just either the time requirement or the Muso, not the Muso, but the peon farming is just doesn't really interest me. We'll see what happens there. I'm sorry to people who wanted more content. I think I put out a pretty good amount of content this past week and a half since the game has been out. It's pretty much all I've been playing. I don't really get myself burnt out. I think that's going to be a big problem with this game moving forward. Is people are they're clearing everything. I would like to get the final achievement, which is I need 24 million more berries, which is probably about a dozen more runs of two pirate warriors or just farming with other characters. And once I do that, I think I've done everything skill based in the game. There's not that many interesting mods right now, and there is one to increase attack speed, but the problem is that the game is already maxing my CPU usage, and Cheat Engine can definitely be a little bit resource intensive as well. I wanted to do a video demonstrating that for people who are playing on PC and are kind of at the end, approaching the end of having any content left to do that they haven't experienced before. But I think I'm going to have to wait for a patch. I mean, the only silver lining I have right now is that A, they are obviously working on a patch, and B, I had the same problem with not necessarily Dynasty Warriors 9. Dynasty Warriors 9, it was always an issue, but with Warriors Orochi 4, I had the same problem too, and then they did an optimization patch like a week or two later that fixed it. So I hope that will happen here. Obviously, the virus, people working from home, uh, just time differences and stuff. Maybe it will be sometime this week. I would prefer they take their time, honestly, because Koei doesn't really patch their games that often. Generally, they do like one every few weeks. So maybe that will fix it. I thought maybe it was my computer. I put several hours of work into this. I've updated my drivers. I've run a vast antivirus. I take pretty good care of my PC, all things considered. I didn't really think that that could be an issue, but I wanted to rule out the possibility of it being that. There's nothing wrong with my computer as far as I can tell. Windows 10 can be a factor. I have had problems with Windows 10 just making random things just stop working and then an update fixes it. It's a very common problem with the operating system. Unfortunately, I was not able to go back to Windows 8.1 back when I did my first major upgrade about a year and a half ago. I'm stuck on Windows 10 for the time being. Windows 8.1 is probably going to be on go on end of life pretty soon, so that's not an option. No other game seems to be causing this issue at all. In the event that it just doesn't like the CPU that I have, when I get the stimulus check, hopefully that will fix it. But I have to wait for that. We don't know when that's coming. We don't even know if I'm going to be getting it right away. But in the event that I did, it would basically cover pretty much a full PC upgrade. The only thing I would not upgrade is my GPU because I think an RTX 2060 for the kind of niche-based games that I play is it's going to be more than enough. We'll see, but I think having a 9600K would future-proof me for other stuff. The main reason I'm doing this is because obviously the PS5, according to them, and Xbox One X is Xbox One, whatever it's called, X is is supposed to be coming out at the end of this year, despite the virus. I've elected future-proof my PC so that I can continue to run ports. As you know, there aren't really many exclusives on consoles at all right now, and when they are, they're generally games I don't care for. In the event that they put out like a new Basara or something, and it was PS5 exclusive, I would feel more inclined to get one. But pretty much everything else comes out on PC now, so I don't really feel like I need to upgrade. I think the more responsible thing to do right now, especially at this just difficult time, is to just upgrade my PC. So I'm sorry to people who want more One Piece Part Warriors 4 content. I am getting slightly burnt out, but I'm more burnt out with the CPU usage being high. I don't think that's healthy for my CPU to be at 100% the entire time I'm playing, and it doesn't even seem like it's any of the graphic settings. Like I put the game at 720p low, like the bare minimum that the game runs at, and it still does it. So it's either a conflict with the game and my OS, or just the game, or both. And there's not really a whole lot I can do about that at this time. I think there will be another Windows update on Tuesday that might fix it, but it seems like the only real way that I could troubleshoot it is if I had a spare PC and I logged into their Steam account and or my Steam account and downloaded the game. But with the virus and the quarantine and everything, I can't even do that at my friend's house right now. So my hands are tied at the moment. Supposedly at the end of the month, if I do get the check, that's when it will arrive, and I'll do a pretty big PC upgrade. And then what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to sell my old components as well. I was even going to go for 32 gigs DDR4 RAM and just have a pretty beast PC. Still would not be like top of the line, but for the stuff that I play, I think it would be pretty good. If that just fixes the issue indirectly, then that would be great, but I'm not really counting on that happening because people with better PCs, like probably like 20, 30, 40% better than mine, are reporting the same problem. It seems like it's just a problem with the game, some incompatibility issue. So what I will be doing today at midnight, pretty much by the time you guys watch this, is I'm going to stream the new open world on Honkai Impact 3. It has like tag combos and jump cancels and air combos and stuff. So I'm interested in trying that. I think it'll be an interesting change of pace. It's in my best interest to keep playing Pirate Warriors 4, but the problem is they haven't said anything about like post-launch updates. There's no roadmap of any sorts, when the characters are coming, which characters are coming, and like what other content they'll be adding to the game, if anything. So I think once I get that final achievement, or the game gets patched and it stops harvesting so much resources of my computer, then I'll continue to play it more. But other than that, I'm probably going to explore some other pastures from now. So thanks for understanding, and I'll see you guys later on the stream today. Peace.